is Jessica Broadbent. I am a mountain community health worker with Mental Health Partners, and I'm here today to discuss with you something that may be a little tough, but we want to help you survive and maybe even thrive during the holiday season when you might be experiencing, or maybe somebody you love, parental or family estrangement. So first off, what is estrangement? Estrangement is just where you have decided that that person is no longer beneficial in your life. And unfortunately, it becomes really hard when they're family. It's not like a friend that you can just say, okay, well, that season and reason has ended. Family, you get this constant push, pull, tug, and it may have taken you a really long time to get to the point where you're saying, you know, my life at this point is better without this particular relationship in it. And first off, I want to definitely validate you for that. If you've gotten to that point, we're here to support you. It's a hard decision to make. I just want to make sure that you're aware that family estrangement is actually quite common. Unfortunately, there haven't been mass studies on this, but there have been a few, and it does show that within the US, family estrangement can be as common as divorce. Literally half of the population deals with this dilemma. So you're not alone. But the holidays definitely don't make it any easier, especially when family is so centric to most holiday celebrations and whatever holiday that might be. But I want to also let you know that maintaining that distance takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength, and there are ways to help support yourself during these times so that you don't feel so terribly alone, isolated. I want to lead up with a quote that I found super insightful during my research on this particular topic. And I can personally attest because I also have experienced a whole family estrangement. So I can tell you that this is in fact very real. So if our friends told us that we were going to leave an abusive relationship, we would be so happy for them. But for some reason, when it comes to families, we are encouraged by people to return to these relationships all the time. And during the holidays, it can be particularly hard. Sometimes, if you're a very spiritual person, folks in that realm can be very, hey, why don't you re-engage? This would be a great time to reconnect with your family. And that might not be the case. There are ways that you can further encourage yourself so that you don't find yourself in repetitive and even sometimes self-destructive behavior. Family can often be more than just blood. There's a term for that. It's called voluntary kin. I like just call it my people. So these are my people. These are who I hang out with, whether that just be an acquaintance here, a friend there, maybe somebody who fills a role for you that you don't have. Go hang out with them if that's something. If you're an extrovert, go hang out with them if that's something that's able to do. And I know within COVID times, it could be a little hard. Maybe do a Zoom, something that helps you give that sense of attachment to other people. Some tips in general for both introverts and extroverts. Something that I find really helpful for a lot of people is what's called a gratitude jar. And so just put all the things, whether big, small, what you might feel indifferent, put it in a jar. And those days that you feel really down, or you're like, man, maybe I should reconnect, maybe everything is just really bad, read those and remind yourself how far you've come. Also, don't underestimate the power behind volunteerism, whether that's at a food bank, whether that's online doing something for a nonprofit, whatever that is, because there are many ways to volunteer your time. That sense of purpose sometimes can really negate those negative feelings and make you even maybe forget that they were there to begin with. Also, journaling, I think that that's a universally wonderful way to express your feelings, whether somebody reads it or not, or just getting those feelings out And I always preface this with people who are experiencing these kinds of toxic relationships or have experienced these kinds of toxic relationships in their family dynamic. Therapy is a must. And even if it's just during the holiday season to kind of get you through that, that's okay. There are a lot of mental health drop-in centers that you can do virtual with. That's the one great thing that's come out of COVID, right? Is the accessibility of Zoom and also other group events that might be able to actually help you walk and talk through this time, even if it's just to have others who are there feeling those same things. If you are an extrovert or somebody who is able to go out, I would highly encourage finding your community, your chosen community, through any means that you find comfortable. Things that I have found that work really well for folks, there's meetup.com. So meetup.com is literally just a platform of people trying to organize events with similar activities. It might find you a great resource. Also too, there's Facebook groups. If you're on Facebook, I would recommend trying out and checking out some of the events that local Facebook groups do host. I definitely encourage you to find people that will help you celebrate your chosen holiday in what you choose. And remember, maintaining distance takes courage. It is really hard to go through the holidays when you find yourself hearing everybody else talk about, oh, this is what I'm doing for XYZ holiday and how it always involves and centers around family. I would encourage you, and if you are helping somebody who is experiencing this in their life, to not have to talk about it unless you're ready, and to try and find your people, whether that's in person, online, or even if this is just a time for you to take the time off from work that you're given during the holidays to be able to focus on yourself and remind yourself how awesome of a person that you really are. So if you liked my video, please feel free to leave me a comment below. Feel also free to join us for our other videos that we will be producing during the holidays that you might find helpful, as well as following us on social media platforms, which all of those handles are listed below. And feel free to always reach out if you need anything, whether that's to myself, your local mental health center. Take the help that you need at any point, and don't be ashamed of it. Thanks for watching.